You know what time it is. Burnt Horizon was released today, and let me guess. Now you want to know how to lock all the grids.
Yes!
It's the Samurai Guy, and I got some gridlock tips that'll blow your socks off. But it only works if you're already wearing socks.
Suppressing fire!
Always, and I mean always, use Gridlock's M249 saw. Don't get me wrong, the F90 is great, but the saw comes with this amazing sight that she stole from the Wind Bastion operators.
Thief!
Plus, its spray pattern is pretty good, but not if you hipfire.
What is that?
Gridlock's unique ability is her track stingers, so there's no way you haven't heard about these, but just in case you're Patrick Star, alright, I'll explain it. Track stingers are these little spiky boys that you throw out to duplicate into more spiky boys, so that when bad boys step on them, they get pokey boys.
Science!
The trick with these guys is not to just spam them in random locations. I've seen a lot of people just throw them where they think people are. And that's great, I do that too, but you should also be using these stingers to cut off paths either behind you, in front of you, or in a completely crazy area that defenders won't even expect.
Skill!
But you gotta be careful with these things. You cannot pick them back up. And when you throw them, if they hit anything, they will stop and drop to the ground like a sack of tachankas.
Christmas must have come early this year!
Her secondary is either the Super Shorty or the SDP 9mm. The Super Shorty is really powerful, but only at close range. You couldn't hit Godzilla with this thing if he was 10 feet away from you. But the 9mm is insanely accurate. Accurate to the point where there's no way it's not gonna get nerfed. You can literally be standing this far back from something and be able to shoot the same exact spot over and over again.
Oh yeah!
Another thing is, try to avoid throwing these stingers in corners because they don't seem to deploy as well and as many. So yeah. And yes, they do deploy through window barricades, so if your aim is off or someone shoots the canister or if something's in the way, you will waste them.
Oh man!
She also has the ability to use either smokes or a breach charge. I found the breach charge to be a bit more useful with her though, because there wasn't many things I needed to smoke. Another useful tip is to use her track stingers as a decoy. They actually deploy pretty loudly, so you can start to rotate when they start making all that noise. Plus, they'll draw attention to the area, so you can do some sneaky beaky.
Stealth 100!
And the final tip I have is to get creative with these things. You can try deploying them through drone holes, windows, hatches, sharks.
Don't bite me!
Plus, if you throw one on a ledge, it'll place stingers on the ledge and it'll throw stingers off the ledge onto the ground, so you can cover more than one area. So that's pretty much all the tips I have for you today. Hopefully that helped you lock all the grids.
What does that mean?
You're next!